So a slightly different setup today, as you can see. I'm wearing a camera. It's not in the least bit invasive, but I can see it, yeah, of course. And the reason for wearing it is to actually see the relationship of what the chest is doing when it moves correctly versus when it doesn't. So it's a little bit of an experiment, because until we get this recorded, we won't really know what it is that we see. I'm using the GoPro, and that's going to give us a really interesting feedback. So the idea here is that when we understand the principles of what Andy Gorman teaches, which as you all know is not eyes over the ball, rocking the shoulders, it is chest up, spine extended, and rotating the shoulders. Now, the relationship that we're talking about is the sternum, which is actually fairly closely located to where the camera is, wants to be moving to the right in the backswing as the right shoulder pulls back, and then to the left on the way through. So the sternum, the camera is going to be moving past the ball and its original location. So it moves away from the ball and then through the ball. So it's going to be interesting to see. We're going to hit a few putts so that we can actually establish that. Got a left edge putt here in the studio, so hopefully get it started online and just replicate the stroke. So it's up nice and tall, but good extension in the lumbar spine, and then from there move back and forward with the chest. So the idea being that if the sternum keeps moving through the ball, the club face is going to retain its neutral position relative to the path and the plane, and the putt is going to swing nicely back and forward on plane. Now, if of course I get set up, so go with a standard setup, now 34-inch putter. My chest now, you can see there is a difference. Now, hopefully we can capture this, but the setup of the shorter club has brought me further over the ball. My spine now is in a flexion position. I've straightened the lumbar spine as a consequence of flexion, and then going to rocking the shoulders and see whether or not that there is enough movement to deliver the club consistently into the back of the ball. That's the first thing, but with the right amount of energy. I feel like I have to hit it a bit harder, but from here, is the sternum moving sufficiently? Now I can control the club face because I'm thinking about it. I don't want to be thinking about it on the golf course. I don't have to think about standing up, what I'm doing. I'm really feeling here. There you go, that's struggling for energy. There you go. Very simple miss, quite a common miss, the anti-left with a lack of energy. So rocking the shoulders, just about enough energy there. Feel the hamstrings now, my lower back and my upper legs are absolutely burning. I mean, hot to the touch, which is never good. Just compare that now with the freedom of the chest moving, capable of moving through the extension that's in the spine, and how that's so much easier to allow that putter to move from side to side. So for me, the big deal is the sternum has to be able to move from side to side. The only way it's going to do that is through extension in your spine. Keeping that extension allows the lumbar spine to facilitate the chest rotation. So the upper chest is, there's only one chest, it's the upper core is doing the movement from side to side. The lower core, the lumbar, has to facilitate that. You can't do that if it's in flexion. So in this position, rocking the shoulders, there's very little movement able to come from the sternum. When we're in extension, the chest moves freely from side to side. I'm hoping that that's going to produce a really good image for you, and you can see how much that affects the posture, affects the ability for the chest to move and limit the reactions from the hands. Catch you soon.